Welcome back to Design and Thrive podcast. We have a guest all the way from Montreal. His name is Dr. Alan Cooper Smith with PerioTwist. Welcome, Doc.
Hello. Glad to see you.
Awesome. So let's get right to it. What inspired the creation of PerioTwist?
So I've been teaching and practicing dentistry for longer than I would like to admit, over 4 decades. And the one thing that I've learned, if I took all the information that I ever learned in my whole career and put it on the top of a funnel and let whatever came out, the golden words that came out, 6 words would come out. And that would be gum disease starts between the teeth. So what happened was that I was very frustrated. My wife, who's a hygienist, was also very frustrated because people just weren't flossing. And as a result, they weren't cleaning between their teeth. And that's where the most pathogenic bacteria hide from your toothbrush. And they sit there, and that's what really gives a person bad breath, and it festers. And then what happens is that the tissues become inflamed, and then that really toxic, worst kind of bacteria that's found in your mouth, it enters your bloodstream through the inflamed tissues, circulates all around your body, affects your brain, your heart, also diabetes, all sorts of terrible, terrible things. And it's so preventable just if people were able to clean better between their teeth, because floss existing products really weren't doing the job. So we decided to invent something that overcame all the problems of the existing in between cleaners to get more people to do it, because the main problem was non-compliance. And if we made it really easy and effective, more people would do it, and then there would be less problems.
How many years does flossing add to your life? They say now.
I'll tell you one thing I know for sure. The single best thing that you could do for your oral health, your heart health, and your overall health is to clean between your teeth. If you're using floss, that's terrific. Continue using it. But if you're like most people who only do it sporadically, then and you get frustrated because the wire brushes, which is a really big improvement, the problem with those is that you need 5 or 6 different sizes, and you have to remember the pink one goes in the front and the red one goes in the back. And the wires tend to break and they scratch the sensitive roots and expensive dental work. So they have their limitations, as do regular picks that you need 4 or 5 of them to do your whole mouth, and they end up filling up all the landfills. And then you have the water flossers where you're chained to a bathroom basically, and you have to be a lifeguard having that standing next to you sometimes. There's so much water coming out. So we developed this PerioTwist, this interdental, we call it a twist flosser, that addresses all these drawbacks. It's a one size fits what we say almost all areas of the mouth. So you don't need 5 or 6 different kinds. It's reusable, so it's much more environmental. And what makes it reusable, not only is it really built solidly, but it's also has a built-in antibacterial that cleans in between uses. It comes with a cap, you cover it, and put it in your pocket. You're ready for the next on the go session and stuff. And has an ergonomic handle, and it's like a little router rooter that works either by twisting or push pulling. And it's just so easy. It's affordable. It's comfortable. It's actually addictive. So that's what we did.
Awesome. So how does the patented screw design enhance PerioTwist's effectiveness compared to traditional flossing methods?
So the thing that makes our product unique is that it not only cleans, but it also medicates in between the teeth. It has this reverse screw patented technology that when you dip it into a type of an ointment or a medication or a slurry, then it'll hold on to the perio twist, and then you put it in between your teeth, and you just twist it. And as you twist it, the medication twists and stays in between the teeth, unlike brushes or something else, which will withdraw the medication as the device is withdrawn. So that really makes it unique. And the other thing is that it either works by twisting or by push pulling. It works any way. You just get it in between the teeth and move it. We're actually coming up with a powered version, so we're kind of excited about that as well.
Very good, very good. So the 2.0 version is coming out soon, eh?
Yes.
Awesome. So what factors influence the choice of medical grade FDA listed plastics and how does it benefit the end user?
So, in order for us to call it a dental device, which it is, and in order for us to make claims such that it will help remove the bacteria between the teeth, it has to undergo certain criteria, one of which is called a K certification by the FDA. And in order to do that, it has, because it's going into the mouth. We can't, it's not like a regular toothpick. It's a dental device. So it has to, number one, use FDA approved components and materials. It has to be in an FDA certified clean room in an FDA certified factory. We as manufacturer distributors have to be registered with the FDA as well, so that the end customer ends up being assured that they're going to get absolutely the Rolls Royce top of the material that's available out there.
Okay. So how do you differentiate PerioTwist in a saturated oral care market?
That's a great question, and we do that a couple of ways. Our plan is to do a top down and bottom up approach. So every single dentist that has ever seen the PerioTwist is in great awe, because not only does it work so well, not only is it so easy, but it actually has an application that it can be used in the dental office by the dentist and the hygienist. For the first time ever, it fits right onto their normal dental, what we call snap on prophy angle, and they can snap off the little cup that's used to polish the teeth. After they finish polishing with the cup, they snap off the cup and they snap on our PerioTwist. And for the first time ever, they can now polish and medicate in between the teeth, which they've never been able to before. So they're really excited about that. And then they just actually take the PerioTwist, instead of throwing it out like they do with the cup and everything else. They take the cap that's included, they put the cap over the PerioTwist, and they hand it to the patient so that the patient can go home with it and they can use it for up to 2 weeks. Now, there's some patients that they use it for a lot longer, but we recommend basically 1 to 2 weeks. And then, so one pack of 5 usually lasts, we say, for about a month. So
Wow.
that's the top down approach. So the dentists and hygienists are already hooked. And now what we want to do is we are creating a social media platform program so that we can then show how easy it is to use to the public, using all sorts of different science-backed models and fun. We want to make it fun and as well. But the most important thing is that we want to empower patients to take care of their own oral health, because if they invest less than 1 minute a day, it's easier than exercise, dieting, anything. It's the best thing for you. In only 1 minute a day, you could do it in your car, while watching TV, while jogging if you have to, but you can do it anywhere, anytime. You just put it in between your teeth and twist, and that's it. So, and it's really a terribly beneficial thing to do, and we finally, we believe, made it much easier to do so.
Perfect. Who is your primary customer base and how do you tailor your marketing strategies to reach them?
So our target population is actually anywhere from 12 to 120. Anybody who should be flossing, and that's everybody who has teeth, but we want to keep it away from kids under the age of 12, although we say it has to be done with supervision. Everybody should be using it. Our target population is everybody. It's specifically designed to treat as we get older. Okay, especially baby boomers, even some millennials at this point, but especially baby boomers. Have you ever heard the expression, as we get older, we get longer in the tooth? So the reason older people have longer teeth, it's not because their teeth drop, it's because their gums recede. And the space in between the teeth is triangular. It's like it's like a martini glass. Okay. So what happens is as the gums recede, the space gets bigger and bigger exponentially. So that's why can you imagine like a thin piece of floss trying to clean a huge space, a cavernous space? Because the older people, if you've ever sit next to an older person, many times you're going to hear all sorts of noises coming from their mouth. They're trying to get the food out from in between their teeth because their spaces are bigger too. So the PerioTwist really is designed because it goes from so thin to so thick. It cleans the thinnest spaces, but also the widest spaces. Usually, the older we get, the wider it gets. And also specifically designed to clean around implants, because implants, first of all, you should never use metal next to an implant. So the wire brushes are out. And second of all, it's really important that the implant is much smaller than the tooth it's replacing. So the space between the implant and the adjacent teeth is always much bigger than you would normally find between two adjacent teeth. So you really need that extra wide cleaning surface to do a good job. And that's what our Perio Twist does.
Awesome. So, what distribution channels have been most effective, and are there plans to expand into new markets?
Yeah, there are a lot of plans to expand to new markets. We were actually very successful. We started off on a Kickstarter campaign, believe it or not knowing what we were doing, and we were very successful. We raised over $100,000, and I think over 2,500 people contributed, and we were product of the year on a high style aggregator called A Touch of Modern, and we sold tons and tons of Perio twists there. And we actually we sold out because our mold, which we started off with, which was just basically a prototype mold, we used it up. It was we made so many, we sold so many that we needed to get a new mold. And in that time, we decided that there were a lot of improvements that we wanted to make. And rather than just make a little bit better improvement for the first, we completely redesigned it. We made it much more efficient. We made it completely automated. Before they were made in separate molds, and then they had to be hand capped. And also now it's just made all online, no with complete automation. And we are very proud to say that we've reduced the amount of plastic by over 50% by doing it this way as well. And needless to say, we have a whole new branding that we're ready to come out with, and we spent 3 years in R&D to get this ready. We haven't sold our existing product that we've been sold out from for the last 3 years, just making sure that every possible improvement can be done, and we're very confident and very happy that we're going to be launching it very soon.
Okay. So, what challenges have you faced in scaling production, and how have you addressed them?
So basically, that was our big problem, was that our mold no longer was effective. We needed a new mold, and it took such a long time because what we wanted to do, nobody has ever done before. Not only is our product patented, but the way that we're coming out with our new iteration, People didn't want to do a single toothpick because, as far as engineering is concerned, it was a very difficult thing to do. We're dealing with micromillimeters in a micromolding platform. So what we did was really ambitious, and we had a lot of people telling us no, it can't be done. A lot of trial and error and a lot of research and development. But we're at the point now that we've developed the product fully, and we're going to be launching it shortly.
So where do you see PerioTwist in the next 5 years, and what innovations are on the horizon?
So within the next 5 years, I can see PerioTwist being a household word. I see PerioTwist vastly improving people's health, oral health, heart health, and overall health, and vastly reducing their dental bills and their and having their lives extended significantly. I see this as becoming a global oral health care. Um, and the thing that we're coming up with is an electric flosser, a powered flosser, which is going to take our patented design and bring it to terrific places, because it's going to be just so effective, and it feels so good. And I love to see people's reactions when they try it.
So lastly, where can people learn more about PerioTwist or try the product for themselves?
So unfortunately, I know this is a bit of a tease, but they're going to have to wait about 3 to 6 months, because when we launch, we want to do it properly. We're still just finalizing the manufacturing. We have two places to manufacture it, and depending on what's happening uh, with the current situation, will help dictate where we're going to be. So it should be very shortly. Believe me, we're very anxious to do it. We'll be in Sardinia um, at the end of the month at an international conference, dental conference over there, where the top dentists in the world will be gathering, and I will be distributing them out to them to have a try and get some feedback from them on our new iteration.
Well, that brings a close to our episode. Thank you, Dr. Alan Cooper Smith, for hopping on. We'd love to see you next time.
Thank you very much.